Welcome back to the Bullies Gang channel with your boy Rajgee, and today I'm going to be reacting to We Are 863. Now, I already explained in the last video what We Are 863 is. It's Matthias, Sam, and Woods going through Spellbound Plus. Now, Spellbound Plus is where us as subject 4 give our theories and memes on the situation at hand on Project 863. Now, and this episode is called Found Owner of the Abandoned Mountaineer. Now, when we think of the Mountaineer was the car that was abandoned in the back of the warehouse, and it also ties in with Project 863. Pieces of clues was also found inside of that Mountaineer. So, and it's also the one that the Phantom had attacked and dismantled and spray painted Strike 1. So, I mean, I'm ready to hop into it. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, we will be doing more of these We Are 863s. So, I'm ready to hop in. Let's go.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to We Are 863, where we are 863.
Is that the intro to this channel now?
Yeah, that's what Matt does. That's why I laugh at him every time.
Yeah, I know. You like it. It's good.
I like it. Welcome to our headquarters, where we look at a bunch of your guys' theories and memes that help us out in our journey. So yeah, did I miss anything?
No, I mean, I think you introed this video well, Woods.
All right, take it away.
All right, so
I'll be over here.
Okay. We are, of course, looking at Spellbound Plus. If you're not familiar with Spellbound Plus, check the link in the description. In case you were wondering what some of the cool stuff is on Spellbound Plus, if you subscribe, you get the official evidence list. So you can go through basically everything that we have found in our journey with Project 863, up close and personal. So let's go into Project 863 Plus. We are going to be looking at memes and theories here first. If you've seen the We Are 863 vid, seeing a blue one, you might be good, but seeing a red one, oh shoot, where is this?
What are we parked on?
Almost looks like it's like a wood plank in like a sandbag or something.
It's just like sketchy always now.
Well, but after we saw that Mountaineer in the back of our video as we were driving recently, like, again, the LAPD officer did actually tell us there were multiple Mountaineers. Like, that's why I'm so curious as to where this is, because it looks the exact same.
We were just talking about like in general. Like there's a
like,
bunch
oh, well,
of,
there are a lot of
yeah,
them.
there's a lot of
But
those.
he said which one. He said which one. Yeah, that's unsettling.
Yeah.
Did Sam really just hear this? Yes, I did.
I will say this, that like taking myself out of the equation of this whole thing, it would just be another car.
It would just be another car.
It would just be another car.
It's only significant because
it's a trigger color.
You like
trigger
gave
car.
it that significance. Right here we have a theory from Scarlett. In the new video, He Caught Me Breaking In, Matt finds an email to Deb from Wes saying if Cyphus finds out he's talking to Deb, Cyphus will strap him to the table like everyone else, which suggests that Cyphus has some sort of lab now if he's able to carry out tests on people like Wes suggests. I'm also assuming that the screaming from the tape is what Wes is saying about being strapped to the table, which could be one of the reasons why he's still working with Cyphus. So far, I have these reasons as to why Wes is still working for Cyphus. He is scared of what Cyphus might do to him. Cyphus is promising him the antidote, as Deb said in the letter. They were childhood friends. The serum has warped his mind like what happens when you take drugs. I'm open to other ideas. Now, all signs really do point to this Phantom being Wes. Maybe he is scared of Cyphus. I think the connection that Scarlett made about being strapped to a table and the tape recording is really scary.
Yeah, because he was prolonged screaming, not to get like too into it, but like that amount of screaming, like usually after like 10 seconds.
Yeah, for that, I believe most of that's true because him being promised an antidote, like some scientists, they would like for their projects to get pushed through, they would like, you know, I mean, go on a deep end and push, like try to test themselves and all that, or test somebody that's close to them. And with Wes and Nelson Cyphers, for them to be start this business together. It's both of their babies, so they both want to see it succeed. And to that note, like Cyphus promising to give him the antidote, as Deb said in the letter, it, for me, I believe that because it also goes into the point where he is desperate to get that antidote, like any means necessary, by breaking into the studios and all that. And well, by the last one, which was the serum has warped his mind. That is also a believable thing, because if you remember in a few videos back, when Matthias was texting the Phantom, and when Matthias mentioned Cyphus, he was like, they're not talking to Cyphus. And the way he was talking to him was like he was calm, he was cool, and then a few minutes later he snapped and just a whole different side of him appeared. And that's why I'm getting, like, that's where I'm getting at with this. And I believe those. That is really believable.
I feel like someone's run away by then, but like
they were stuck.
They were stuck there.
The person on the tape was literally saying like, "I want to go home." Like
they couldn't. But yeah, I favor
2 and 4. Yeah. Cyphus is promising him the antidote.
4 is probably what I'm leaning to most. 2, I don't think. What do you think? Because we just
found the antidote.
Yeah, so what would that mean?
In the container.
Exactly?
Well, so I know we disagree on the antidote, but there's a part of me that feels like maybe he didn't discover what it was yet. Like, let's say he had just secured that case of all of the serums and what ended up being some antidote as well, and he hadn't even like gone through it yet.
Yeah.
And so maybe he didn't even know the antidote is
Maybe.
there. That's but like
it seems like he's the type of dude who would have checked every single one of them vials.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, that's why I have the intention of, like, putting one back. Because I feel like if the Phantom knew that antidote was so close, because Deb was literally promising him antidote, that, like, he would take it. But that's just me. So, like, I kind of believe number 2. Like, maybe head honcho Nelson Cyphus has been manipulating this Phantom by saying, like, I'm the only one who can get you the antidote, but maybe Cyphus can't. Theory, major plot twist. What if Matthias is Nelson Cyphus and is trying to find all the serum for himself? No. I understand how that would be an absolutely insane plot twist, and like I would have never seen that coming, just like in our lives. There's no way.
That would be a plot twist. At the end of the day, it would be Matthias, or would it be overkill? But I don't think so. It's a good theory, but it's something that you would know, you would kind of expect if it was like, yo, that's like the first person you would blame. Like, I believe it's him. You know what I mean? Scooby-Doo and them never always got the guy right on the first try.
But on the other hand, I'm just kidding.
When the Phantom locks you in the vault and you have all the keys, except for the one you need to open the vault.
It's a little ironic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that there was an unsolved murder plan, but what if that was for Wesley? Like, Nelson knocked out Wesley to turn him against Deb. Basically, he is blaming Deb for all of this. And the whole chat showing that it was Deb, and whoever B27 was to throw Wesley into a rage.
Interesting. So the whole, like, murder plot was to kill Wesley and not Cyphus? Why would Deb kill Wes? The chat logs, I don't think explicitly said that it was like for Cyphus, but pretty clear that like
there was some
Deb
sort of
and
plan.
Cyphus are kind of like the two verses. But I think this person is suggesting that what if the murder plot was actually for Wesley?
Oh.
Nelson knocked out Wesley to turn him against Deb. So I just did a Google search on B27 and came up with HLA B27. What if that is what Cyphus developed? And he's B27.
What is it, HLA B27?
I have no clue what that is. I mean, neither does someone.
I can't get over the fact of how much Matt has changed over the course of this. I'm not taking anything away from Woods and Samantha, but Matt is just kind of going crazy. I'm worried that this whole thing will make him do something he'll regret, or get someone hurt, worse than getting knocked in the head. He's getting reckless, and that's a very dangerous thing to be in a situation like this. It's obvious to me that the Phantom doesn't care what they have to do to get what they want. I don't want Matt to reach that, because then he'll be no better than the Phantom they're trying to defeat. Stay safe out there, team.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that we've all been dealing this kind of in our own way. I would love for us all to be more on the same page with a common goal, but
to that right there, I mean, it goes off on saying, like, it could drive Matt into a complete insanity, like, over this, call it an obsession over this, and by trying to keep everybody safe, puts them in a more dangerous predicament. But I mean, it's stressful, because, like I said, for him being the boss and him trying to make sure his staff is safe, and like I said, it's his family also. It might do that, but I mean, you have to do certain things like that to protect what you love, and you'll go to about the end of the world to do something for the ones you love, you know. So Matt would never, I don't think, would put them into any type of danger. It's more dangerous than that. So I don't think so.
This is a very long journey. We're not always going to be on the same page.
Sure, and we're not experts. You know, we're super new to this.
So I kind of think the healthy way to do this is try our best to still communicate and, like, maintain the same overarching goal.
Yeah. I kind of understand where Matt comes from, and, like, I get when you say where you just don't want him to go crazy. Like, this is all just kind of slowly driving us a little mad.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to put us in danger, but
he already did. But, like, again, that's not necessarily, like, his fault in the sense of, like, we're really new at this. I don't know if you ever played in sports on a team where, like, where, like, things are moving fast, high pressure.
Theater, that's
theater.
it.
Okay. Well, those situations,
you gotta work together.
You gotta work together, yeah. And, like, I think we're just trying to find our balance here. But like, I do see where Matt's rage comes from. I gotta be honest, like, the Phantom's not my favorite dude either.
Of course.
And sure, we have our biases.
Yeah.
It's a little tender now, but we'll get over them eventually.
I trust that there will be a reconvening.
Sure.
I just think it might be best that we kind of do our own thing for the moment.
Of course, every relationship needs space.
Space. Every now and then. But we are all okay. I just feel like there needs to be a blanket statement, like, we're all okay. Why is that so scary to me?
Sounds like someone running.
Someone is running on the roof.
Okay, that's weird.
Like, do we think it's
like
just a big bird that's, like, running?
We're a little man up there just... We're crawling. I will say one thing too, is that, like, we're all under pressure, but I would say, like, Matt more so, a lot more pressure and stress, him being, like, the leader of this whole thing. That has to be taken into account as well.
Of course. Whoa!
That's really cool.
Becky, just finished embroidering the 863 and Syntech logo onto my Vans. Also says, like, remember to breathe.
Nice.
That's very cool. Let's head on over to the Project 863 free tier and look at some memes.
Nothing like a good crispy meme.
When Wes breaks the apple II, when Wes hits Woods. It's weird in my brain to read it as Wes does that, because in my head, like, I think it's still just, like, the Phantom.
Yeah, it
like,
just, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I mean, but, like, literally all the evidence is there. I know Sam doesn't like this baby, but it had to be done. I hate this baby so much. I mean, I don't hate this baby, but me when they called people that have the free tier normies. Sorry. I can't look at it. I think it's just because it looks like an old man expression, but it is on a baby. Like, their features are so huge and their face is so small.
Yeah, and his skin's like baggy.
It's like wrinkly and like, look at his gross little mouth. I'm sorry.
God, this baby's ugly.
This baby's ugly. No, like, I just can't. I planted the tracker. It's on his car. Me, Sam, and Woods. Pika. Pika, pika.
Why didn't you just tell us?
Why didn't you just communicate in the moment? Phantom Cyphus does something to hurt the 863 team. Me.
Setting car alarm off. Foundation makeup. Saying, did he hear it? Starting to put the clown makeup on. Chasing him. Looking more and more like a clown. Trying to cut him off. Full clown. Pretty,
memes really help.
Accurate meme.
No, memes help keep things light.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
When someone says Project 863 is dumb, me.
Who said that to you? We'll find them.
Merch of
Yes!
Merch of Woods with his Nerf gun.
That's
funny.
BB gun, but I love it.
Phantom probably in a bad state mentally and physically and needing the serum. Matt, I'm gonna make it worse. That's what I'm saying, is like there's a chance that like actually giving the Phantom the antidote could make it better. Call me an optimist. Matt, when you try and take his candy. This is a great picture.
Would love to see this going around a little bit more too.
You heard it here first.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone calling the RV a caravan. Me calling the caravan an RV. It's a caravan? What's a caravan?
I always thought a caravan was when several vehicles caravan to somewhere.
They like all follow each other.
Yeah, I thought it was a verb.
Yeah.
Let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
Car,
a van. Oh. I'm actually gonna Google this real quick. Woods is going to the restroom. I am looking up what a caravan is. Oh! So a caravan is a towed trailer. See that? Right here. Towed behind a vehicle. So what we were in was an RV because you can drive it. Exhilarating content, I know. Let's keep going through Spellbound. Matt doesn't have glove problems. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. It is really funny when he has a hard time. It's always nice. Breaks the tension, and there's a lot of tension. Anyways, let's keep going. Me when I'm watching an 863 video at night and hear a sound outside. Yeah, tell me about it. When we heard the noise of something going across the roof, horrified. Woods, everybody.
Is it a caravan?
No, it's not. Caravan is something that is towed by a car. So like the campers and things that are attached to a car that tow. An RV is, you know, you drive it. It's a whole system. The team is investigating something. Matt has to put on gloves.
You should always wear gloves.
No, but remember when we
do.
were in the RV though, the sweat and how sweaty and gross our hands were getting in those gloves.
Yeah, you're right.
The sweat was like dripping out of our gloves. It was disgusting. That was a stressful day.
Yeah, that's what made it stressful.
No, that's... Let's look at some of the theories in the Project 863 free tier, and then we will move on over to the Reddit. Oh, this is a big one. Want me to read it?
I can read it.
Yeah? Sorry, no, I know that was really like patronizing. I just didn't know if you wanted to read for that long. I believe that you can read.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So, if you remember back in season 1, y'all figured out that there was a B-side of the tape. Then, y'all put the Syntech website online. In there, y'all found the subject files. Now, I know a big thing on here is finding out how long Deb knew about y'all. Well, I think we can confirm from the B-side of the tape that she knew about y'all back when she was still talking with Wes in person. Oh,
I see what they're saying. Because she made a comment about like, I know it'll work. Like, she said something.
She did. Okay, I'm excited. All right. Also, we know it had to be a good while back because in the tape, Wes doesn't sound like the Phantom. Like we know he is because of the last video. Just feel like this was something that was never mentioned or taken into serious thought. So just wanted to bring it to your attention. Thanks.
This is something that's really interesting because...
So is that saying like when you hear Wes and Deb talking on the recording that Wes seemed normal, like regular, like at this time they were either still together or they were not together but yet he seemed like this was before the serum was even introduced to his body, you know? Is that where what do you guys think? Is that where it's coming from?
We know it has to be a good while back because in the tape, Wes doesn't sound like the Phantom, like we know he is because of the last video. I never thought about that. I mean, I guess part of me just thought like, well, maybe there's a mask and maybe he just like sounds like that because of the mask, but we know what Wes sounds like.
Maybe it's the mask, maybe it's something that's wrong with his body.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't necessarily think that the mask is just to cover his face. Like, it's got function to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's
might be
hooked
like
up to one
vials and stuff,
Yeah.
like liquid. Like,
yeah, there's the cartridges that were full of something. It's probably not just his face.
Yeah.
Maybe his face isn't even burnt to bits, you know?
Yeah, that is just interesting. So the main takeaway here being that Deb has known about us, and we have somehow been a part of this Project 863 for much longer than any of us could really put on a timeline. What we're gonna do now is go into the evidence database. In order to do that, we gotta go into the Project 863 Plus tier. So here we have the evidence list, and yes, this is the hidden tape. The recording, hidden conversation. So in the evidence database, we have the recording that we can listen to, but we also have a transcript. Here we can kind of scan to find when she's talking about us. So here we have side B. Deb says, "You've got to trust me a little, at least with this." Wes says, "Why?" "Because I know this timeline will work. The 863 subjects, they're different, far beyond what I could have expected. It'll be tight, but I think we finally found our way out of this." No, I know we have. The 863 subjects. Maybe there's a chance that there were...
That's very interesting. Was she talking about them and us as being the viewers for being part of Project 863? And if you think about it, if they were already a part of it, that makes it where Subject for us was already a part of it too, because we were already watching them and we were already watching other stuff that they had put out. We were already immersed to them. We were already devoted to spend our time watching their videos and all that, which we all love. So does that count as she already knew? What do you guys think, honestly? Because it makes you think a lot. Like, it really does.
Other 863 subjects back in her day.
That's literally what I thought when the last time I heard this. It's just,
like, you don't think she was specifically talking about, like,
us?
Samantha Fecketti, Woodland Mars?
I go back and forth because they had the paperwork before you were even born.
Yeah.
I don't know, that baffles me. But that would be the more likely idea, is that like there were other subjects, right? And because like she chose us initially for subject 4, right?
Yeah.
And so like maybe those subjects, 863 at the time, had a subject 4 too, you know what I mean? Like an equivalent to them.
Or maybe it was only like 1, 2, and 3, and the reason those 863 projects failed was because...
That is very interesting. Because like I said, if it's not that, they already had other subjects out there, and it was basically based off of Sam, Matthias, and Woods, and us as subject 4, because we were already engaged into their content, you know. They
didn't have a subject 4. And maybe the reason why this is working is because we don't just have 3 subjects, we have 4. I don't know. That's fascinating. Let's go over to Reddit. See, Reddit? We still care about you.
We care about you.
We still check you out.
Do you care about us?
Do you care about us?
Find out.
Whoa, that's scary.
That's one of us.
I mean, I guess so. If they have the 863 logo, it's one of us.
Yeah, no tubes.
On our side, right? Yeah. My heart, walking, running, when Matt is trying to put the tracker on the car. All of us. Whoa.
That's incredible.
Very, very cool.
It's like Game of Thrones, but 863 status.
Whoa.
It feels like we're floating in a deep, dark abyss.
That's very, very cool.
Oh, holographic.
That's so cool. This is very cool. This is a great example of what Matt is always talking about, how, you know, you are more than welcome to take everything that's happening into your own hands and make some merch if you want to.
Make some money.
As long as it's super creative and original. Like, this is a really cool thing. It's not just slapping the logo on a t-shirt. So I don't know if anyone has posted this before, but I've been looking through the papers that were found in the RV, and on the car rental receipt, there was Wesley's email. Quick disclaimer, if you see any sort of like email, phone number, contact information stuff on anything we find, please do not call or contact. We don't want to upset anybody potentially that's actually not involved in this Project 863, but also we want to make sure that you guys aren't talking to anybody involved with this that's like not us, if that makes sense. Just for
a couple reasons. One,
reasons.
safety. Right?
Yeah.
Two, there's a lot of moving pieces we aren't even aware of, and we just don't want any of that to be scrambled up.
We appreciate the eagerness to help and find that information, but stick to just like Google searches and stuff that we can find like publicly on the internet. Just don't go contacting anybody that you don't know, please. Thanks. The Mountaineer belongs to Wesley. Wait, what?
Bolo tie that we found. M
With
or
a
W.
W on it.
I do remember a meme from last year about us finding this bolo tie and it having, I don't know if it's a W or an M because it could go both ways, but someone made a meme about Matt being...
Like Matthias' channel?
Yeah, Matt being the person who had the bolo tie.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like the M from the Matthias channel.
But that's a really...
interesting thought.
Yeah, because so far, there was only one Phantom to attempt and successfully steal the Mountaineer. We only have that Phantom. Doesn't necessarily mean that like they're not all congregated together, but like this could have been another sort of Phantom driving this car, right? Because the Phantom associated, in my opinion, was shorter. But again, like I don't know the networks through these guys.
Yeah, we don't know. They all could have been in on it. Like,
yeah.
But we've kind of known that this car belonged to the Phantom like this entire time, and so now
I don't see where we can't say that that Mountaineer does belong to West. Clues is fitting in more and more, and like I said, it's leaning away from Cyphers and leaning more towards Wesley. And I believe that that bolo that they found, it belongs to West.
now that we are linking West to being the Phantom more, I don't see why you wouldn't look at this and go like, oh, that's a W. But under certain circumstances, you might think it's an M.
Yeah.
So it
like
is
last year.
Yeah. So it's kind of like.
And then on the other hand, we found the Enterprise sheet too. I don't know when that was dated, but that might have been dated around the time we gave the Mountaineer to the detective. You could check that date.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That timing might overlap to when like Wesley
didn't have
the Mountaineer, so he had to rent a car.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I mean, this is a very, very interesting discovery.
We got a lot of stuff to check.
Thank you, Scared Wish. If the W is for West, that would mean the car would be his, which means he's the stalker and validates the idea that he is now working for Cyphus. Also, since there were kids' toys found in the car, could that mean West had a kid, possibly with Deb? I still think this car was stolen. I think he had his stuff in it, but like, I think it was stolen. Like, it's so hard for me to imagine like Deb and West having a child. Like, I feel like we would know that information.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, that gave me goosebumps when he said that. What if we're her children? Oh my God, can you imagine Sam, Matthias, and Woods, brother and sister? I mean, they act like it, but I mean, we know they're not. But it's just funny the way he said that. Can you imagine? Oh my God. But we do know that the Mountaineer has West stuff in it, and it belongs to West. We know, I can consider it say it belongs to West. And the fact that there were kids' toys in there, so it's a possibility that him and Deb did have kids. But we just don't know yet. So, therefore, I mean, it was just funny the way he said it. It caught me off guard. It caught me way off guard out there. But we know it's not true. That they're brothers and sisters and they belong to Deb and West.
Well, we've been told we look related before. Can you imagine? Like, and this is what's weird is like my theory brain right now is like, maybe. No, like, and I know we're not related.
No,
should we take a DNA test?
Childhood memories of my own separate childhood.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if we were separated at birth?
Yeah, we'll probably take DNA tests.
I know that that's absolutely crazy. But this is what happens when we're in the theory setting and we see that like Deb and Wes maybe had kids.
Well, honestly, it wouldn't hurt to get one because...
What?
No, not because of this right here, right now, but because of the paperwork you found. At least for you.
Oh, because there's a document literally with like my birth date on it, but the document was dated before my birth.
Yeah, exactly. And your mom's like,
my mom's
I don't know how much you tell her about this stuff, but...
I mean, I keep her pretty up to date, but she was like, no, like you, what? She was like, you are my daughter.
Yeah.
You were born in London. Do you have any connections to London?
No, I'm a Cali boy.
Okay, well, I don't think we're related then.
I don't either. Dude, Matt looks old. Looks withered, worn out, like he's been through it.
Looks like he's seen some stuff.
It looks like he's about to cry right there.
Yeah, he probably wants to.
I hope he does.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Matthias, why am I here? Mobius. Well, Mr. Matthew, you're here because you followed a phantom and you stopped him, which created a Nexus event that would have ended 3 remaining years of a project in just a month, which would have altered the sacred timeline.
That's hilarious.
That's very funny. Thank you everybody so much for watching this episode of We Are 863. Thank you all so much for your memes. They lighten the tension, lighten the mood, and for your theories. They really help us kind of just get a grasp on everything that is happening here in our lives.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
We do. Be sure to check out Spellbound Plus. Link is in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And we will see you guys later. Bye.
If for some reason you missed the main episode, click here. If you'd like to see some of the behind the scenes, check out Behind 863 here. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Well, that shows a lot that's been going on. I mean, it's like I said, clues of the puzzle are starting to get put in together. The Mountaineer, finding out that the more clues that we found inside the Mountaineer are being brought back up. Thank you guys from Subject 4 on Spellbound Plus, coming up with the theories and all that. Because now it brings insight to a lot of other stuff that's been going on. And I'm more intrigued now than ever to find out what's more that's going to lead down this hole. So I'm more prepared and ready. So I hope you guys are. I hope you guys were entertained. I hope you guys love these series like I love this series. Project 863 is definitely the top performing. I would say should be a Netflix original. Just saying, that's me. But other than that, if you guys like that video, I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can go see it. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and like I said, we'll be doing more of this. So until then, Blaze Gang out.